Welcome, everyone. Hello, Nathan, Richard, Olga, Fernando, George, Esther, Shalom, Frank, Shiva. Welcome. So, welcome yourself, welcome your experience as it appears to you. Freedom from past and future. Freedom from concerns. Nothing to pursue or nothing to avoid. So just for now, complete availability without any intention, without any personal intention. Is sort of abandon without a feeling of anything being abandoned. Being the flow. Without a need to understand, without a need to have a mind. Formulation. Being as I am. In this moment, which is not a moment in time. Rather, the eternity of being. And in this eternity is the infinity. Without any limited person. The breath. The vastness of breath. permeating our entire being. An expression of being. A gentle flow, movement, without anything actually moving. Sometimes we look so far away for that which is closer than close. The mind always looking for something out there somewhere to figure out, to whine about, to hope for. Veiling that in this moment all is well, as it is, whichever way it is. In our desires, in desiring, we desire desirelessness. We desire freedom from desire. Our deepest desire is freedom from all desires. Freedom from the activity of desiring. In order to desire, you separate yourself from who knows what. An imagined separation. And this felt separation is your yearning for unification. But you have never been the separate self that you imagine yourself to be. You cannot divide the ocean. Your true nature, your essential nature, this moment and every moment is desireless, does not know separation, does not know a separate subject, separate object. It takes effort to separate yourself and desire something and maintain the desiring subject and the desired object. But when you meet your experience, full, completely. Nothing is lacking. And there is no room for you to imagine yourself in any way whatsoever. In complete presence. There is no room for past stories, future hopes, because presence is complete. Sometimes the mind creates a concept, a caricature out of presence. It may say, well, presence is a good feeling, or it must look like this or like that. And within this mind activity, presence is objectified as an object of desire. Spiritual desire of sort. Simply be. Without concern about what you are, what you should be. Sort of a space between thoughts. In time, you will find that this space between thoughts is there as well in the presence of the appearance of a thought or the singing of birds, the sound of rain or traffic. And that, in fact, the sound of traffic is this very stillness. Taking on the form of a sound. It can be so simple. Uncomplicated. Rather than desiring and missing and lacking, we can appreciate and celebrate and rejoice. To be a lovely garden, to be the garden, without any gates, open and free, not free because some door or some gate is open, but free because there are no gates, no walls. So that our life, every expression, is an expression of this causeless freedom. Unending invitation, like the flow of a river, flowing. This is the beauty of it, the sounds of it, and how it nourishes. It nourishes the garden, it nourishes the farms, the land. You are the river, the garden, the land, the sky. Everything. You are everything. But you're not a thing. You've never been an object. You never will be. It's never happened. Just a belief. But here we are in this moment, complete freedom from belief, complete freedom from time. No separation, no story, no history. The joy of being, causeless joy. Okay, so if you have any questions, anything that you would like to explore, please make sure you unmute your mic, and welcome to turn on your video. Do you have any questions?
Hi, Magdi.
Yes, hello, Richard.
Hi. So much of what you said was wonderful today. And one thing that caught my attention, maybe is kind of abstract, maybe not. Could you maybe speak a little more about the idea of creation? Like, what I think I understand, awareness, not personal I, but the I, the awareness that is always aware of the universe, the cosmos around us. But can you maybe speak more as to what is creation? What do we mean when we say this, or when we hear this idea of creation?
So, experientially, creation and perception, or perceiving, creation and perception, experientially are this very moment. In this very moment, there is a perception. And this perception wasn't manufactured a second ago or a minute ago, and then was shipped over somehow to awareness, and then was perceived. So in this moment, there is perception, a new perception. Perception, and it's creation, the creation of the perception. Like this creation and perception simultaneously. It's not like there is a creative force, a creative aspect somewhere that has certain particular creative capacity, and then there is the perceiving aspect. We know experientially that perception is real. That which is perceived may be a hallucination, yes, could be. But still, even a hallucination, there is a reality aspect to it that perceives it. So in terms of creation, experientially, we cannot separate creation from perception. So it's creation, perception are in this timeless experience, in this moment of eternity. So in the creation and perception, because there cannot be a perception without creation, at least in the way we refer to creation, that something is arising. There is an arising. There is something perceived. Of course, there is perception, meaning awareness. There is awareness. But also there are objects of awareness. For example, right now, I perceive the screen, I perceive Richard perceives Magdi, etc. Yes? So there's an object perceived. So in speaking of creation, creation and perception, we're speaking about one topic. They're like two words, but in fact, they're actually one word. Is creation, perception. It's one word.
What's the topic of this Zoom? I joined a little bit late.
One moment, I'm hearing somebody. Then, okay. All right, let's go back to where we were. Right. So, in terms of our understanding about consciousness, it's important to understand, Richard, that consciousness does not need to create, does not need perception. In other words, that awareness or consciousness is not an experience which depends on perception. But I am aware, it doesn't depend on I'm perceiving the oak tree in the yard.
Well, I was initially going to ask, isn't there always an awareness of, maybe not perception, but then I was thinking like deep sleep is maybe an awareness without an awareness. Is that,
there is awareness of, and there is awareness irrespective of. Yes, there is awareness in the presence of perceptions, and there is awareness in the absence of perceptions. That's very important to understand that awareness is the reality of perception, is the reality of is the one reality. So the reality of perception is awareness. There is no possibility of any awareness or any experience, any perception without awareness, right? Right. So then we say, well, okay, so therefore I understand that perception requires awareness, but then does awareness requires perception? Do they go hand in hand? Is it possible for awareness to, I know that it's not possible for perception to be without awareness, but is it possible for awareness to be without perception? That's a good question. There are two things to understand. First, that there are different levels. The level of perception refers to the content of the mind. It's a level, it's a phenomenal realm, thoughts, perceptions, sensations. But awareness is not the level of phenomena. You don't experience awareness phenomenally. You don't know awareness because you perceive a tree. It's not a phenomenal. You know the tree because of awareness, but you do not know awareness phenomenally. You know awareness because you are aware.
May I ask a
Yes.
question? When we speak of creation, is creation phenomenal awareness, or is creation?
Yes, creation is the phenomenal aspect of awareness. So creation would be like in the metaphor of the waves and the ocean, would be the waves or the currents within the ocean. Perception, sensations. So in this moment there is a creation of this hearing, for example. If you wanna outline out of your experience hearing, you could say, well, there's hearing. But awareness is not phenomenal. You know you are aware just because you're aware, due to the fact of awareness. You know you're aware because you are the awareness that is aware that it's aware.
And that's non-perceptual.
It's non-perceptual phenomenally.
Sure.
No, it's not
Yes.
phenomenally. It is, but yet it is knowable. It is knowable non-phenomenally.
It has to be, right?
Because you know you're aware, right?
Right.
You don't know you're aware because you're talking with Magdi. You know you're aware. Well, ask yourself right now, how do I know I'm aware? How would you answer that?
If you're asking non-rhetorically, simply that you can't. I would answer the experience of asking can't be doubted. You can't. The experience of being aware of asking the question cannot be doubted.
Do you know that you're aware?
Yes.
How did you say yes? You said yes. So okay, you said yes. So therefore there is no doubt. You know that you're aware. And so how do you know you're aware?
Before I'm asked the question, I think is different than after I'm asked the question. I mean, I guess I know I'm aware simply it's foundational to, it's not even really questionable until you start to abstract it. And then abstractly, I would say, well, no, there's no answer I could give that would allow me to doubt that I'm asking the question.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I know I'm aware because I'm aware. It's the evidence of awareness is speaking. It's blatant. So I know I'm aware because I'm aware. Now I know I'm aware of the oak tree because there is within my perceptual field an oak tree, or within my imaginary, for example, I'm imagining an oak tree in the yard. So now I'm aware of an image, of a thought about the oak tree, right? There are two different experiences. The first one, I'm aware that I'm aware, I know I'm aware, is there's no octree, there's no object, there is no memory, or there's no past. While I know I'm aware of the oak tree, there is an object. Yes? So when we speak about creation, we're speaking about the oak tree in the yard, and we're speaking about the perception simultaneously. There cannot be an oak tree in the yard without perceiving it, whether you're perceiving it via the senses, or whether you're perceiving via thought, via imagination. It's still an objective, it's still at the objective level. So to know that I'm aware, that knowledge is non-objective, is non-phenomenal, and is beyond any doubt, right? Oh, you're muted, I think, Richard, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
System.
Yeah, to answer your question, yes, that's very clear that the awareness of awareness, or the awareness of I am, is indisputable and non-phenomenal.
Yes.
And just to clarify, it is, when we speak of creation, we're speaking of the phenomenal aspects of awareness.
Yes. First, before we go there, I just want to be very clear that the experience of awareness is non-phenomenal. That I know I'm aware does not require perception, sensation, thought, memory, feeling, etc. Right? So we are clear that awareness is irrespective of thought, perception, sensation, irrespective of the world, body, mind. Yes? Okay, that's really important. Then we can turn our attention to perception, sensation, and thought. So the realm of experience, what we refer to the realm of experience, of perception, is phenomenal, meaning there is a simultaneous creation and perception moment by moment. And the continuity that we experience in our thinking, or the continuity that we experience in our perceptual field, is not the continuity of perception. It is the continuity or the eternity of consciousness, of awareness. In other words, if you consider the metaphor of the ocean, the continuity of the waves, you experience the continuity of the waves, is not because in fact the waves are continuous. It's because their reality, which is water, they share the same reality. As a metaphor, all metaphors have their limitations. So in ignorance, we attribute reality to perceptions. We attribute reality to the world, to countries, to people, to thoughts. We overlook the reality of consciousness, of awareness, and we attribute reality to the world, body, mind, which are constantly changing. Right? Your thoughts are constantly changing. The world is constantly changing. The body is constantly changing, right?
Yes.
We attribute reality to that which is phenomenal, meaning constantly changing, and we overlook the reality of awareness. That's the confusion. It's a crucial confusion that obstructs our understanding, is in the way of our understanding. It's in the way of the peace. Because when we attribute reality to impermanent phenomena, and we attribute reality, consciousness as a phenomenal, we say consciousness is phenomenal. Consciousness is the body-mind. When we make that attribution, then we experience the sense of lack, the fear about the past, the future, the fear about dying, the worry and the concerns, you know. So the understanding about consciousness is a crucial understanding about its reality and the nature of this reality. That, in other words, it is non-phenomenal. Because that which is non-phenomenal is causeless, has no causality. While the phenomenal realm is a causal realm, right? And the causal realm is constantly morphing. It's dancing, it's moving, it's flowing. It's like the waves on the surface of the ocean. But the reality of creation is motionless, does not move, because it's non-phenomenal. It's actually beyond motion. So the whole conversation about motion, about events unfolding in the world, in the mind, refers to the movement of the ocean, which is in fact still. That's the little bit of the conundrum of the stillness and the movement.
I understand and agree as best I'm able to. Meaning I think I understand what you're saying, that and I don't feel I'll say that the phenomenal is dependent upon awareness, and for phenomena depends on awareness. Is it? Can we? I'm just trying to. I don't know if this is helpful or if I'm going to stoke down like a rabbit hole, but it seems that our awareness of phenomena, the experience of awareness of phenomena is a real awareness. We're really aware of phenomena, even though they themselves are not real as awareness is real.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There is the reality of perception is always there, which is awareness. So yes, in no way am I trying to imply that the world is not real.
Right.
No, the world is real as awareness. The mind is real as awareness. The body is real as awareness.
Yes.
So like in your night dreams, there are all sorts of experiences, right?
Sure.
And these experiences are real as you, the dreamer. We cannot say, oh, no, they don't exist. The dreams do exist. They have a reality, but their reality is not independent. There isn't an independent reality to the world outside of the reality of awareness.
Right.
So once you comprehend, there are two things you need to comprehend. First, that consciousness/awareness is real. Yes?
Yes.
And second, that there is one reality. So
yes.
and that in understanding that, you've included everything. Because in this understanding, there is nothing within this understanding that is saying yes, but there is an exception, the world. Let's exclude the world let's exclude the mind. No, there are no exceptions. Yes. So the conceptual realm, the creative realm, the dream realm are real as awareness. But above all, it's important to understand that awareness is not a concept. It is real, and it is what our experience is right now. And it is that which we refer to as I. Right? When we say I perceive, it's not the eyes that perceive. The physical eyes are just part of the instrument, the body-mind instrument. But it's not the binoculars that perceive. It is the bird watcher that perceives the bird, not the binoculars, right?
Yes.
So I perceive, when we say I perceive, we're referring to whatever it is that actually, factually, truly perceives. And that is not perceived, right?
Yes, yes. And a lot of, recently I've really been trying to, observe that distinction between my awareness of the ego, body, mind, and the body, mind is right. To just be mindful of that distinction between my awareness of it and myself. Yes.
Yes. You are not that which is perceived.
Right.
I perceive, but I am not that which is perceived. I am not perceived, and I perceive. That which perceives is not perceived. That's actually our experience. It's really our experience.
It is, and it's just
it is.
It's just so there's such an accustomed identification with thoughts and emotions,
All right,
which are simply perceived and we're aware of them.
Yes.
But there's just this assumed identification with them that's ingrained. It's just, for me, it's just I'm trying to practice that right now.
Yes. There is a belief that I am an object, and that I'm an object, and therefore I am some experience. I'm a certain experience. It's this, that belief. But in fact, our true experience is that I am this transparency, the transparency of awareness, right? It's our living experience. And we don't need to think about it. It's right there. It's right there, that there is something perceived, but I am not this something that is perceived. I is this transparent awareness, right?
Yes.
So please review this tape, because there is a couple of important points that were made here that are that may be helpful. Yeah,
I will. I usually don't watch myself on video, but I'll watch this one.
You're good looking. You're good looking, Richard.
Thank you, Magdi.
Okay. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Magda. That was a beautiful meditation. And I was so excited about my...
I don't see you, Judy. Is it possible you turn on your video, or you prefer...
No, I have it on.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
No.
Can you see me now?
No.
No?
No.
I wonder why. I've always had it on.
If you go down to the lower left of your screen,
Okay.
there should be a video icon.
Yeah, I pressed it. It says it's on.
Oh, maybe then it's your computer. It's okay. I don't think it's on my end. No, but it's okay. So go ahead, Judy.
Is it on now?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I think I had something so amazing happened. Your discussion with Richard was, for me, profound. And being awareness, I thought I had grown so. It goes that separate self. So when that woman came on and interrupted,
Yes.
I was combative. And I saw how you talk about God forgiving and loving everybody. I did not love her. I wanted to punch her out. That's not a nice thing to do. And I thought I had transformed. I was transforming. And I realized where my thoughts come from was the separate self, not who I am now. But at that moment, I went back light years to that awareness of thoughts and experiences that were not who I am now. It wasn't nice to have that feeling.
Yes.
And you didn't need me to protect you. You were so calm and loving. And I had my boxing gloves on.
Your video just showed on, yes.
It did go on?
Yes, it just did.
So what the heck?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing to see. I mean, to see some aspect of ourselves that are sort of like below the radar. You know, there are occasions that arise in our life, and they trigger in us some aspect of ourselves that it's good to see. You know, this sense of me versus them. You know, oh, how dare they disrupt this beautiful meeting? How dare how do they dare to come uninvited and make this noise, etc. You see, so to see that, because that's also separating myself from what is because in fact, you know, everything is universally unfolding, including thunderstorms, including volcanic eruptions, including wars, including disputes, you know, in relationships, etc. All of that is unfolding in the universe, and it may appear within my space, right? So how do I meet it? How am I in this moment? You see, so we may experience the sense of outrage or the sense of anger or fear that arises, and we want to get rid of that. We feel, oh, I shouldn't be like that. No, this is an arising. To notice even the arising within the body, to be just a simple arising, a neutral arising, while I am just as I am. I am as I am. In the face of constantly changing universe, constantly changing world, constantly changing body, constantly changing mind. I am the transparency of being, you see. So it takes a while to sort of, for that understanding to sink in, both at the understanding level and at the feeling level. It's very important that the understanding unfolds at both the understanding level, at the mind level, and at the feeling level, at the living level. So when it unfolds at the feeling level, then your feeling state is peaceful. Is peaceful, not meaning there are no feelings that arise, but the ground, there is a ground of peace that's permeating your experience. And the reactivity becomes less and less frequent and less intense. In time, you will start to notice, oh, I remember a year ago when these people came and disrupted the meeting, I was really upset. Now I don't like it. Of course, I don't like it. But hey, it's gone. It's gone a few seconds later, right? It took us a few seconds to, okay, what to do, which button to press to restore, the meeting how we like to conduct it. But I want to say one more thing. It's important not to be to negatively judge yourself, because
that's good. Yes.
negatively judging yourself is making the roots of the separate self deeper. You see? Right?
Yes.
You just see something, you notice something about this body mind character, which of course is very conditioned, has been conditioned. It's interesting. There is this conditioning, this combative, and it makes sense because on some occasions the combative aspect is maybe appropriate in some conditions. We never know. So the combative aspect or the defensive aspect is an aspect that is not a mistake. It's just when is it appropriate and when it's not appropriate. Most often it's not appropriate, at least from my perspective.
I think, Richard, with Richard, I was enjoying the interchange so much between you two. The part that maybe didn't like selfishly the disruption and the way it happened could have been partly that. I will say I got that I was aware of it I might not have been, if I hadn't your beautiful teachings, I don't think I would have known what the heck was going on with me.
Yes.
It's ridiculous to get upset over something like that.
We do. The other thing is our expectation. When we are expecting, we are not open, because the muscles, the body-mind muscles are, they're tight. It's like the lioness who is hunting. She's expecting. She wants to catch the rabbit. So she seems very calm, but all the muscles are like so ready to spring. So in expectation, there is a certain narrowness. When you are relaxed, you are not expecting. And then, because you are relaxed, there are no gates, you are open. And in this relaxation, in this openness, there are no doors and windows. Everything flows, you see? Yes? So, to be in life more relaxed, more sort of open to whatever is unfolding, and to sort of have the understanding that everything is, in religious language, God's doing. Yeah? So it's God's dance, and we don't know how God wishes to dance, because God likes to surprise herself. Right? Because it's like it's playful. The surprise aspect is playful.
Wonderful.
Okay, Judy. Any questions? Oh, okay, Patrick, let me see. I'm gonna try it.
Okay, now?
Oh, yes. Hello, Patrick. Yes.
Hi. Hi, Magdi.
Yes.
Hi, I just wanted to add something to the previous conversation. Because I teach high school, and so I deal with that type of immaturity all the time. And one of the things that helped me from going from reactionary to empathy is to realize that because we're all the same, we come from the same source, that if I were to exchange human bodies with these kids, I would be acting and behaving the exact same way. And so if I was Tara, if I could trade lives, or whoever the person that interrupted, I don't want to get the name wrong, but if I was that person, instead of being a spiritual seeker, I would be calling in and being disruptive towards it. So
yes. Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to add that because it's been helpful for me.
Yes. Yes, we've all been, everybody and everything, and in a way we are everybody and everything. Yes. Yes, sometimes I had the experience of, sometimes it was very vivid, where I would be walking somewhere, there's somebody else walking in another direction, and then I would experience that I'm them walking towards me. It's really very visceral, and it's really beautiful also. Yes, we are this one consciousness playing all games, being all beings. So then why would I get upset at myself? I may not like some aspect of myself. I may say, okay, no, I'm going to close the door to that aspect of myself. I don't, may not invite, myself to sit together with myself, with the angry aspect of myself. I may say no, which is very wise. Actually, there is a wisdom in that. Over time, we realize that we don't care so much about anger, pain, fear, all these aspects of ourselves. We no longer engage in them. But that occurs of itself as our understanding about our true self, about our universal reality. As that understanding deepens within us, then the me and him dissolve. The sense of other, the person and the other dissolves. And so then it's not possible to do the blame or the anger. So you teach, what level is you teach in what grade?
9 through 12 I teach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Years ago,
I used to.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say I used to teach in college, and so
yeah.
It was quite a challenge to go to high school from college.
Yeah, because I taught in college years ago. I was teaching, undergraduates, but it was fun. I just didn't like the curriculum was so restrictive. You had to sort of stick with the curriculum, and I didn't care much for that. I like to sort of be more creative, and after a few years I left that. Anyways, it's, maybe with younger kids it's more fun. I don't know.
Yes. Thank you, Magdi.
Okay, yeah, thanks for sharing. Nice to see you. Yeah.
Hi, Magdi.
Yes. Hello, Nathan. Hello.
Hello. First of all, thank you so very much for today's meditation and the exchanges with everyone. And I think the beauty of it is whatever you say to this person or that person, which are no persons, it's always answering me as well at the same time. And this sameness, this oneness of being is there. It's the being listening to itself, as not as individual, as oneness. And I think it just kind of connects to what other people are saying, that we are there as one, and so everything is related to the one. Everything is sacred to the one.
Yes.
And everything is beautiful to that one, which we all are. I mean, we have little differences, of course, in manifestation, but the core is here. And this is awareness speaking to itself. We are all awareness speaking to ourselves and hearing ourselves at the same time.
Yes.
So there's huge beauty in that. It's just beyond any concept. It's so beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what I think. It's kind of beyond the borders into that peace, into that love, into this enjoyment, into this overwhelming even being the reality, which is, and I really want to thank you very much. I mean, it permeates all my days now. You know, I finish working, I go outside, I sit in the park and just merge with everything, with the beauty, with the words, with the birds, and everything just fills me with happiness. And I go back to work and I'm happy. You know? I speak to all the clients, we exchange, and we treat the dogs and the cats, and everything is lovely. You know? Yes, there are problems, the cancers and things, but there is this unity, this kind of love that permeates everything.
Yes.
And this is so wonderful. I'm really, really so grateful for all of this that you're saying, and we are exchanging onto all my friends here.
Yes.
So I'm feeling really close to everything and everyone.
And beautiful.
That's what I wanted to say.
That's beautiful. Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we're children. We're brothers and sisters. We are friends. We are.
Yeah.
I mean, love permeates our being. We are. It's just. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And thank you for sharing, Nathan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, we're also aware that that there are challenges, you know, that sometimes appear to us somehow. But I like to think of these challenges as opportunities for us to towards our freedom, which is the one freedom there is, the only freedom there is. It's not a personal freedom. But somehow these opportunities are available for us to navigate through our belief systems, to somehow, maybe to a certain extent, become freer from our luggage, our ideas about, so many ideas about all sorts of things. And to somehow get a flash of insight that that which is real allows for all of that, is not affected, is not limited by what we refer to as manifestation. And that also within this realm of manifestation, there are events that appear that may seem to be hurtful to others. But upon a closer look, we may be open to the understanding that somehow within what appears to be hurtful to others, there may be opportunities, in fact, being made available to those so-called others. How do we know? I mean, we all know that we've suffered, some great disappointment, some so-called hardships and painful times in our life. But weren't they part of our path to somehow be here where we are? They are. They had their place. They had their function in our life. We all know those traumatic times we've experienced in one way or the other. So they have their place, and so we allow it. We allow it because it's occurring anyways. Whatever is taking place is taking place anyway. So we open our heart. We open our heart because there is an understanding that the heart is open, and we don't need to close our heart with our beliefs and our opinions and our judgments. So then we come more and more closer to the innocence, to living in the innocence, in the freshness, in the moment, in presence, as presence. And there is great beauty in that, and there is great truth in that.
Magdi, I think you created an environment with somebody who felt so much shame over having that thought, being able to feel that it was safe to express it. It was such something I thought I would never have said in an environment. But you create a space where I wasn't scared because I was pointing out something that I no longer feel that way. It came up, I don't know why. And hopefully that separate self, it'll go away. But I'm grateful to everybody on here who shared.
Yes.
It's such a learning experience for me. Thank you.
Yes, well, this space is there. It's not, it's there. We sort of somehow, maybe we could say tap into it, or we sort of open up to it, but it's there. It's not created by me or by anyone. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. And that's the beauty of it, that we don't need to go far. It's right here, right there, the spaciousness of awareness, of presence, of love, of understanding. The open heart. It's our heart. It's not. It's that which we are. Yes. So that's what we say yes to. We say yes to this recognition. It's a recognition, an inner recognition of our reality, deeper than the movements of the mind. Yes. And that's what we love. Thank you all. Very lovely to be with you all. Nathan, hello Trish, hello Julia, Richard, Frank, Patrick, and Judy, Holger, John, Isaac, Jackie, Marga, and my sweetie Tara. Thank you all.
Thank you, Magdi.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magdi.
Magdi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.